reach out to those that aren't here. It's just good to have connection. Relationship is important. Sometimes when I preach, things seem to come together, and sometimes they seem to be a struggle. Maybe on your end you don't necessarily see it. Maybe the pastor's struggling today. I need to pray, or I don't think you're seeing that, but but pray anyway. Still pray. And we went through the series of Who Am I and Why Am I Here? It's about the church, and at the heart of the church is that we are to be a people of prayer. Jesus very clearly, one of the times in his life that he was clearly upset. When someone's upset, that it shows passion. It shows your values. And this one day he finally got to Jerusalem and went into the temple for the first time. And it says these money changers were there. Now, I think, it wasn't the money changers. Why were the money changers there? So that people could buy dove or something to use for a sacrifice. People came from a long journey, and you can't bring a goat with you to sacrifice. On this long journey, you can't haul all this stuff with you. And it was a place where they could buy these sacrifices to go into the temple and know that they can't go be right before God on their own. It's by the blood that you enter in. And Jesus is the Lamb of God who shed his blood. He was without spot and wrinkle. He was just upset. He says, my house is to be a house of prayer for all nations. He says, you've made it a den of thieves. You've cheapened it. It's not about this connection with God. There's some people, we've all heard it said, two things I don't want to talk about, politics or religion. When people say, I don't want to talk about politics or religion, I say, I'm not really that into politics, and I'm really not into religion. Because I don't like religion. Religion is a bunch of rules and to follow a bunch of precepts and a bunch of this and a bunch. Christianity at the heart is a relationship with God. It's a connection with God. At times in our Christian journey, we don't realize where exactly we are in our connection with God. Sometimes we think we know where we're at. Sometimes we have indicators, but sometimes we just don't believe them. This is an interesting, that's really not that clear. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter. The Dunning-Kruger effect says this effect occurs when people fail to adequately assess their level of competence. You don't really know where you're at. Or specifically their incompetence for a task and thus consider themselves much more competent than they actually are. In simple terms, people who are ignorant are too ignorant to know how ignorant they really are. How many understand that? If you don't know, you don't know. The principle is illustrated when we say, I've learned enough about blank. Let's say I've learned enough about music to know that I don't know much about music. How about that? I've learned enough about You have this all the time, I'm sure, Kathy. People say, oh, a bakery, I bake at home. I know enough about really what a bakery is to know that I don't know much about what a bakery is. Isn't that right? You have to unlearn a lot of people before you can learn them.
Some.
Yeah, that's the way it is sometimes. It's kind of a grainy clip, but you'll get the idea.
It had been a mixed morning, but James Lewis was hoping to keep things moving in the right direction.
I'm 22 years old, and I'm a tour guide here in the city of brotherly love. My favorite part about being a tour guide is interacting with the people.
All right, let's go, folks.
I was really encouraged to come down and audition by my coworkers, so it's thanks to them that I'm here. I think the judges will think that my voice is unique and bringing something new, something different. Kind of sounds like maybe Paul Robeson or maybe Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. My specialty is anything that's low.
Are you excited to be here?
Yes, I am. How can I not be?
And can you sing?
Yes, I can.
And what are you going to sing today?
I'm going to sing Go Down Moses.
Oh, okay. Whenever you're ready.
When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so high, they could not stand. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, down Egypt's land, and say, Pharaoh, Pharaoh, let my people go. I'm sorry, James. Would you like me to sing something else?
No.
Ready?
I think they pranked him.
James.
You're like this.
Someday, when this life is over, I'll fly away.
Okay. James, seriously?
This is not your thing, dog. Singing, this is not your thing. Trust me, man. Trust me, man. We wouldn't lead you down the wrong alley, man. I was doing you a favor, dog. It's not
And
your.
forgive us for laughing.
Yeah, please forgive us for that, man.
Okay.
Thanks for coming out, though, dog. Thanks for coming out. Take care of yourself, baby.
Why else would they tell me
As
to
the
go on
judges
there, right?
compose themselves and James plans his next move,
Nah, I'm gonna come try it again next year. And I'll have more contemporary songs. I won't do any like older Christian songs.
we're going to take another break.
He thought it was the older Christian songs that was
The problem, yeah.
was the problem.
I think most of you can sing like he does. Whoa, yeah. Yes.
Wow.
That's tough.
Says that his co-workers encouraged him. Were they joking around or?
With friends like that, he doesn't need it.
I don't know what, it depends who you're hanging around.
Yeah.
Your prayer life compared to some people is up here. Compared to other people, it's down here, man. Our life with God compared to some, it depends who you hang around, I guess, Depends who you're hanging around. Share a time when you personally experienced the Dunning-Kruger effect. Very good. The Dunning-Kruger effect basically says the more incompetent you are at something, the more competent you actually think you are. The more that you actually are competent and know what you're doing, the more humble you become. Because you know the skill of it is very high. I know for myself, I was really into playing trumpet. I played trumpet for 5 years, traveling around this country. And compared to all, there was a time in my life where I practiced literally 7 hours a day on that trumpet. Literally. For one calendar year, there was many years I practiced for an hour or two a day. As far as trumpet players, I'm pretty lucky. But you only have okay, so when did you, share a time when you've experienced the Dunning-Kruger effect, where you've either experienced it, it's about you, or it's about somebody else?